Welcome to Face to Face. Our guest today is Yash Shah. He is a new president of TiE Boston, which this year is celebrating 25th anniversary of his founding. We are going to talk to Yash about what his plans are and what his mission is, which he plans to accomplish during his 2-year term, which has just started. Yash is also an entrepreneur, an angel investor, and has done a lot of work with TiE Boston on various forums and various initiatives of TiE Boston. Yes, welcome to our show.
Thank you, Pedro.
And again, thanks for your time.
Of course.
So you are taking over as a president of TiE Boston at a very crucial moment, which is 25th anniversary this year.
Yep.
And also the change in technology and business is so rapid that you don't know what is going to happen in the next couple of years or next year or even later this year. So what is your vision? What is your role? What is your mission? You are going to do something which is really guaranteed or make sure that TiE Boston will be well alive from 25 years from now.
Wow, it's a big ask. So first, TiE Boston is been around for 25 years, as you mentioned. The mission of TiE Boston has not changed. It is still about, the mission of TiE, for that matter, has not changed. It's about fostering entrepreneurship.
Sure.
Right? It's a very simple statement, but that has lasted for 25 years, and I think we have to make sure that it lasts for the next 25 years.
Sure.
So my goal is to build on what has been done already by so many different people who came before me. We change a new president every 2 years, and everyone does bring something new to the table and what they want to focus on. Some people have financial challenges before, some people have operational challenges. I'm taking on a very, very good time.
So TiE is in a very good shape.
Financially, we're in great shape. Operationally, we're in great shape. So it's an opportunity to kind of build on what has already been accomplished. So my goal is to really take what we have, lay the foundation for the next 25 years so that the organization can stay relevant during that time. Some of the things we can do is expand the reach of who we serve, who serves in the organization as well. So we can look at that stuff, make it more attractive to other people as well, to make sure that we last for that 25 years.
So now on serving, I have one question.
Okay.
Like when it comes to serving, and this is one of the big criticisms of TiE Boston is, or TiE in general, is that TiE helps only those who really don't need help of TiE. This is a big challenge. And do you agree with this statement? Or
I think there's a little bit of truth to that. I think over time that has become, TiE was started with people who started the entrepreneurship and they had no help.
Then all of us needed help.
Everybody needed that support structure. So some degree that is true. But also it's designed for entrepreneurs who are doing startups in investment-heavy areas, networking-heavy areas where lots of capital required, mentoring and coaching is required. So it's, that's why it's very tech-centric, fintech, life sciences. Those things are what most people have focused on. But it's like, I think we can do a better job. We can do a better job of trying to use our reach now and our power now to expand that reach and say, can we reach other geographies, other communities that might benefit from that stuff? And then outside of tech as well, can we be more appealing to real estate or hospitality and other areas that I think we have not really found a way to leverage?
And there is a very nice, the ambience and entrepreneurs group in hospitality, in franchise, in retail.
Incredible.
You go and Indian Americans and Southeasters are doing very, very good there.
Amazing. They just don't need the same kind of networking help and money help that might be required. But that does not mean TiE cannot be an avenue to help them. So I'm going to find some ways to kind of bring some nucleus of people in, give them the opportunity to research what matters to them, and see if we can expand the reach to them.
Now, what will be your, if I ask you, just putting a number, 5 points, what are the 5 things you think will be your top priority?
So I've broken down my priorities in terms of short-term and long-term.
Okay.
Right? And so let me tell you short-term priorities immediately. So I want to raise the visibility of TiE Boston in general. Right? We can do a lot more. We need to be a much more of a media-savvy organization. Social media is very active, and we need to provide that visibility. One of the things we do one of the things we can do most for the entrepreneur who we serve is provide them the visibility so then they can make the right connections. So my goal is to raise visibility, not just for TiE Boston, but also for the entrepreneurs we serve. Second, increase engagement, get more networking going within the organization. And we are starting to do that. Pandemic had caused us to step back, go virtual. We want to bring back the networking, monthly meetups, monthly meetings, all of those things we want to bring back and have that CM engagement happening on that side.
There was a time when monthly meeting was a
very active.
Fixture, very active. You want to bring that back? Or?
We all made lots of connections through that. And absolutely, we want to bring back the monthly meetings, ad hoc meetups, all of that stuff are very critical because without networking, there is no TiE. I mean, it is at the heart of what we need to do. So that was the second priority. Third, we want to still try and streamline the operations of TiE. Bring back some tools and technologies that will make it easy to sign up. Experience of engaging with TiE should not be as difficult. We want to make it very easy and pleasant experience to engage with TiE in general. So those are sort of the three near-term priorities.
Okay.
The longer-term priorities, like lay the foundation for the next 25 years, is more like, hey, how can we expand the reach of the organization? Because if you don't do that, it becomes challenging. And how do we make it more attractive for the next generation? I mean, we have to keep the organization relevant in 25 years. If we have to do that, we won't be the people.
Sure.
We need to have some younger generation people take on the challenge and mission of TiE.
So the TiE Young Entrepreneurs, I think that group can help you.
Absolutely. So if you look at our programs today, it's amazing. Over the years, we put together incredible programs, starting with very early entrepreneurs called TiE program, which we are about to sign up more students for that stuff. So if anybody has high school going kids, they should be looking to sign up for TiE. So we have a TiE program for early entrepreneurs, which is a boot camp for middle school kids as well. We have TiE Scale Up, which is for more of emerging entrepreneurs who have jumped in. TiE Women is another thing that we have for also women-oriented entrepreneurs who have decided to jump in and start a business. We have TiE Angels, which also provides funding for it. So while Scale Up provides mentoring, Angels provides funding for those companies as well. And then we have the obviously programs for TiE charter members themselves, or what I call established entrepreneurs. So CM socials, global retreats, local meetings, monthly meetings, these things like that to make sure that happens. So we have a full life cycle of programs to serve any stage of entrepreneurship that anybody is interested in.
So now if you can talk a little bit more about the role of charter members.
Yep.
Because I remember when TiE Boston started, all the 10, 15 charter members at that time were basically entrepreneurs who had started a small company or big company. Now the profile of charter member had changed. Now you have, even the number have increased to 170.
We have 178 or 180 today,
charter members. And now also the charter members, they are not necessarily entrepreneurs, they are bureaucrats or they are, executives in the big companies, small companies, all type of things. So how we are going to engage them into accomplishing them?
It's a great question. I first of all don't believe that the organization was charter members had to be entrepreneurs. I think charter members should be people who are qualified to serve entrepreneurs, who can help entrepreneurship. The mission of TiE is foster entrepreneurship. Previous entrepreneurs can certainly provide guidance, and executives or corporate executives can also provide invaluable guidance to the entrepreneurs. So in my mind, today we have almost 45% of the CMs out of 178 are corporate executives. Probably 50-50 split or so, right? And it's completely okay. In fact, we want to get more of those people to come in because those people are in a very influential position in the companies that these entrepreneurs would ever want to go sell them to also. So it's a hugely valuable charter members in that area. So I don't think we want to restrict the membership to say, oh, you have to be an entrepreneur to be a part or to become a charter member. It should be, and if you have skills, if you have legal skills, you have financial skills, you're an investor, we have these venture capitalists who are in the organization, all of them, as long as you are committed to provide the time and money and support to the entrepreneurs, you should be part of the organization.
Okay. And what are the couple of big events coming up for TiE?
Oh, yeah, so now we are with the machine running now. And so clearly we are finishing up, this is the 25th year.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a massive gala earlier the year, early in the year, where we celebrated, well, we had earlier 25th year gala that we celebrated the founders of TiE. And that series is still going on. So we continue to work on those activities. We are, we are doing the TiE Gala coming up in December. Yeah. So we're going to be coming out with some announcement on that. But we're TiECon, because we already done the gala, we're going to do TiECon in April next year. And we're getting ready to wrap up on that as well. And there are women's pitch competition going on right now. So one of the things that has happened is that we are increasingly doing programs like TiE University and TiE Women, which are feeder programs to global. So all our programs, we do a local competition, provide mentoring and coaching, and the winners of them go to global. Mm-hmm. And they compete for that stuff. So there's a TiE Global Summit happening in Hyderabad in December. So these TiE Women competition, the Boston winner would go there. TiE University winner would go there. So there are all these activities that are lined up. So I think you just go to a website, active committee, we're going to work with people to get out there, work out there on all the events that are taking place. And already I'm seeing lots of small events and ad hoc events starting to happen.
Yeah. Now, have you spoken since taking over as president of TiE? Have you spoken with other charter members and gauged their response
every day?
How they're going to get more active?
Yeah, it's one of the biggest time I spent. The biggest time I would say is to really, one, implement better tools for communications and so that we can reach out. We have an incredible asset of 180 well-qualified people willing to put their time and effort and money to work. So it's TiE Boston's job, office's job, to make sure we can engage them effectively. So I have to know them as best as I can. I need to implement tools so I can connect with them. So I'm constantly in touch with those things, doing smaller meetings on a regular basis. It takes a lot of time. This is a volunteer job on top of every day job that you have. But it's just fun. The types of entrepreneurs that I'm meeting, it's just mind-blowing.
Yeah. Now, this also leads to another question is, so I think before TiE Boston had two categories of members. One was the charter members, one was the regular members. Yep. And do you have any plan in that how to grow the regular members in TiE? Say, look, I don't want to be a charter member, but I want to be a member so I can benefit, I can get discounted tickets and attend the events.
Yeah, I mean, I think we don't have, I think first focus is charter members.
Okay.
Get them engaged. Second is to make sure we are doing incredible events. We want to have some fun. We need to bring fun back. Because of the pandemic and virtual, it was not as fun. Having in-person events, hopefully we can bring that in. Once we have that flywheel working, the general membership will automatically start to go up because they'll all engage. But you can't really have, general membership has always been transient. It goes up, goes down. But if the CM community is fully engaged, the general membership will continue to expand in my mind.
Yeah. Now, your last word on TiE Boston.
Well, I think it's a great organization for 25 years. It has served so many entrepreneurs. Personally, in my life, it has helped me. You and I met through TiE, and so many of my friends are from TiE. I feel like it's an invaluable organization and has to be constant in our life. Even if you're busy, you should continue to support TiE Boston, because when you do need it, you want that organization to be there for you. But if you say, well, I didn't get a value out of it today or this year, and I'm going to stop supporting it, but then when you need it, it may not be there. So if everybody just kept supporting it, engaging in it, it would be great. We have programs for everyone. So if you're out there and if you're thinking of starting a business, if you have somebody in your family starting a business or a kid going to school, have any interest in entrepreneurship, you need to reach out to TiE Boston and reach out to us and see how you can get engaged. It's an incredible organization.
Now, before I let you go, one last question is also I have noticed that if you attended last 3 or 4 or 5 TiEcons.
Yes.
The before attendees used to be mostly South Asian, Indian. Now you have so many non-Indian attendees in the TiE meetings.
You are very right. So one very positive thing that has happened is that even though the charter members are very dominated by South Asians and Indian background, the companies we serve is pretty much across the board, has all sorts of people, is blind to that aspect of it. And we have a tremendous amount of members and people who attend. program, TiE Women pitch competition that's going on right now, it's completely diverse field of qualified people who are in there. So you're going to see that, and we want to try and even make that happen in the charter membership as well, that it needs to have more increasingly diverse background people in there. We're not restricted. Charter membership is not restricted to South Asian or Indus entrepreneurs, the way the name calls it, but it should be open to more. It'll add more value to the organization.
Excellent. Now, 25 years later, I'm going to do the same interview.
Yeah,
we'll play this tape and say, okay, how you have done.
You have all the records. I noticed that in the office here, you have
we have the
every member
TiE
pictures and
archive.
You have that stuff. You can do that. I mean, all I can do in 2 years is to really, first, I want to have some fun doing it. The team that are going to work with me, I have Rakesh Kamdar, who's now the treasurer. I have Alok Prasad, who has stepped up to do TiE Angels. I'm signing up. There's a TiE scale-up task force. So I'm trying to bring more CMs together, have a little bit more fun doing it at the same time. But all we can do is start planning and lay the foundation, because the role is only for 2 years. And you continue to have the next person come in and make sure that they can continue to build on it. So it's not one person can make a dramatic impact, but we can certainly keep moving in the right direction.
Excellent. Yes, thank you so much.
Brenda, thank you always.
Excellent.